Hello, everybody. This is Jacob Collier here. I'm speaking to you from London, soon to come to Brazil, and you're listening to 89 FM Radio Rock.
Hi, my name is Fernanda Soldateli. I'm from 89 FM, the Radio Rock in São Paulo. I have some questions for you. Can we start?
Let's start. Let's do it. Thanks so much.
Oh, so you're coming to Brazil again. This time we're playing at the town. And what the fans can expect from the show?
Well, first thing to say is I just love Sao Paulo and Brazil so much, and it's one of my most favorite places in the world. It's such an important place for music. It's like a very historic, special place. So I'm so honored to be coming back and sharing my songs with everybody. I've heard so many amazing things about the Town Festival. It feels like a really like adventurous hodgepodge of different kinds of styles and different kinds of things. So really excited and honored to be coming playing the show. I have a show which is so many different types of show rolled into one. There are some moments of the show that are really rocky, some moments that are more jazzy, some moments that are almost like more reggaeton. We have music in Korean, we have music in Spanish, we have some things that are like more dance music, and we have like electronic things, and we also have really acoustic and folky music. So if you like lots of different types of music, I think you're going to like the show. It's full of life and energy, and I'm really proud of the amazing musicians that I get to share the stage with. And one of the most exciting things that this show really celebrates and embraces is the idea that the audience is also part of the band. So it's not just about us on the stage playing the songs, it's also about the people who are coming, and I really enjoy to get people to sing and to move around and to dance, and it's a very special kind of interaction that I feel between performer and audience. And of all the places in the world I can think to bring that kind of energy, I'm just so excited to be bringing it to the town in Brazil.
I think you're the face of the town. It's definitely all you have said before. And have, you have been to Brazil. Did you remember the most remarkable thing, if I can say like this, that you have done or maybe tried?
Yes. Well, so my second gig ever was in Brazil. It's actually in Paraty, which is not too far from Sao Paulo, a few hours. But I remember going there and being so blown away. This is 10 years ago, almost to the day. 10 years ago, I was there, September 2015. And as a young boy growing up in London, you hear about Brazil and you hear the music of Brazil, but going there in person that first time really changed my life. It changed the whole way I think about people and music and ideas and performing, and it blew my mind. I was so excited, and so I've been back since that time a few times, but not since 2019. So not even from before COVID. So this is a really exciting moment for me to come back. I feel like I've lived so much life and learned so many things since I was last there, and obviously all of us have been through so much in the world, and it's going to be fun to celebrate together. I remember this one time I was playing a show in Brazil, 2017, I think it was, and some of my favorite musicians in the world from Brazil, they were at the show. There were a band called Boca Livre, who I love so much, and another musician called Hamilton de Holanda was there, and I remember just the feeling of thinking, well, I'm really in the presence of musical royalty here. And I still feel like that now. Whenever I come to Brazil, I think this is a very special place.
We're so excited to have you here again. And also released a single that is a reinterpretation of Keep an Eye on Summer. And what connects you so deeply to these Beach Boy songs?
Yeah, well, so I've spent the last kind of 7 years making these four really big albums. Like they're very, very collaborative, and they're multi-genre. And like this last album I put out has over 100 different artists on it and 100,000 people from audiences around the world singing on it. So it's a really, really big album. But another part of my musical language that I really love is more of the acoustic and intimate setting. And there's a song that I've always loved by the Beach Boys called "Keep an Eye on Summer," the one that you mentioned. And Brian Wilson, who's the front man of the Beach Boys, has always been a huge hero of mine. And Brian passed away a few months ago, and I remembered this song, and I thought it might be nice to release this little acoustic version of the song as a sort of homage to Brian, so that my rendition is quite soft and quite gentle. But I think we're in times where we need soft and gentle things just as much as we need big, joyous, celebratory things. So yeah, I was glad to have a reason to share that with the world and to sort of salute the great Brian Wilson.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I read that you made this song in 4 hours because you're
That's true.
just having fun. And I would like
Yes,
to
that's
know
true.
how being spontaneous affects your creativity process.
Well, I think the skill of being creative is to be a mixture of very spontaneous and then very organized in a way, you know. So
Yeah.
you have to give space for things to be free and to flow as they will and to be natural. And then you also have to have a way of distilling those ideas into something that can be held together that makes sense. It's something that is a real thing. So I think about this in the studio a lot, this balance between structure and chaos, but I also think about it on stage a lot because the show that I put on is really a mixture, as I mentioned, between things that are much more kind of rigid and also things that are completely chaotic. And so there's lots of things in the show that only ever happen once and they only happen at that show. And so any audience who comes to a Jacob show knows that they're going to see something that has never happened before. And then there are also parts of the show that we love to do every show, and they become part of the structure and the routine. So I think that yeah, there's an element to being spontaneous that really helps the creative process kind of come to life. And then the challenge is how to kind of create the conditions for those ideas to feel like natural and solid, and that you can share them with the world.
Yes. And unfortunately, we don't have so much time. So I'm going to go to my final question. That is
Yes.
more like a game. If you could choose a rock artist that is alive, another that is not more alive, you have two to collaborate, who would it be?
Wow, that is a crazy question to have to answer so quickly. Um, Gosh, well, to me, I think about like rock music has it's evolved a lot over the years. It used to be, you
Yes.
know, quite it used to be only one thing. Nowadays, rock is so broad. You know, like I've always been a huge fan of like punk rock, or, like old school punk rock, but also of like say math rock, like you
Okay.
know, much more sort of calculative, rhythmic, kind of almost jazz inspired rock too. There's an amazing band called Arch Echo that I'm a huge fan of. I think they're amazing. And another one of my favorite artists is an artist called Willow, who has more recently been making more sort of contemporary jazz music, but a lot of her roots are in sort of more rocky terrain. There's a song on my album that she screams on, like that beautiful rocky scream. So I would love to hear someone like Willow collaborate with someone like, say, Freddie Mercury, who in my mind is one of the greatest rock stars of all time. That would be a really interesting
Would
hybrid.
be amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jacob. It was a pleasure having you here. I hope to see you in the town. For sure, I'll be in your show. That is
Fantastic.
100%
Oh,
sure.
amazing, amazing. Very good.
And
Thank you so much.
thank you.
89, a Rádio Rock.